Hey girls, it's Tuesday and I'm so excited to be doing this channel with you. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this friendship regenerate and help regenerate our friendship, because it's been so long since I've seen any of you face to face and I don't know much about your lives now. The only exception is Betty, because Betty and her sister Barbara and roommate Miranda are so awesome that the last several months since my last shunt infection in August, I've stayed with them a few times on an emergency basis to help with my surgeries. And I'm so grateful to have you guys there for me like that still in my life, even though it's been so many years since I lived with you and interacted with you regularly. Anyways, so where I am now compared to when you knew me, I'm a big difference from that energetic and peppy and just really gung-ho, jump out of bed in the morning, raring to go morning person that you knew, Elizabeth. Back then I used to hop out of bed and work as hard as I could, and as hard as I could was pretty damn hard, and there's just so much that I would always do. Now it's just hard to even get the energy to go and do the dishes or cook a meal. I've had times where my grandma asked me what I want to eat or what I want her to buy at the store, and it hurts so much just to picture what the food looks like to answer her that I burst into tears, because I just cannot think. I can't make decisions. When the pain gets really bad, it's just difficult to concentrate, to think, and I get really emotional. I don't know if you've ever been around little kids who need a nap. But they get really argumentative and whiny, and in my case, in addition to that, I get very weepy. It's not fun to be around. It's not fun to be the person doing it either, I can tell you. Like this Christmas Eve, we made a family dinner, and my mom and I had done a lot of prep work the day or two beforehand, but there was still a lot of work to do on Christmas Eve. And I got really frustrated because with all the prep work that we had done, I was like, there's barely anything left to make. We should have just been able to whip it together, pop it in the oven, and the mom and I could have hung out together like I had been enjoying spending time with her. Instead, she was in the kitchen all day, and I was just getting so frustrated that I started arguing and saying things that, yes, I felt, but it wasn't something I would normally say. It's like, it takes away the filter. Think kind of Barbara on steroids is for Betty. Her sister has no tact. Love you, Barbara, but tact is not one of your things. But this is worse than that. It's just, sometimes I say things that are really mean, or the way they come out isn't the way I want them to sound, and it's not fun. And then I was making my grandma really angry and frustrated because she was tired and in pain doing all the work she was doing in the kitchen, and so I kind of started feeling weepy because I knew I was making her upset. And so then I tried to start working in the kitchen, and then she got annoyed because I was in the way and doing things that she didn't want me to do, and I got really upset because I was trying to do things better and it wasn't right still. And then I just started sobbing uncontrollably. I literally was sobbing uncontrollably and hyperventilating for probably a minimum of 2 hours. And it was ridiculous. I'm just sitting here trying to work and do something and be helpful, and I'm just sobbing the entire time. I couldn't turn it off, and it was mortifying. It didn't stop until I took pain meds. And that's one of the things I get really frustrated about when the doctors tell me that I shouldn't be taking pain meds. Because the pain is so out of control that I cannot function from it. I cannot function when I'm in that mode, and I need the pain pills to function like a human being, to be able to talk to you and interact with people. And yeah, it's just really, really frustrating. It's like, I don't want to be taking the pain pills either, but can you tell me an alternative that actually allows me to function? So, yeah, you guys haven't seen me on a bad day. I try to be on pain meds when I'm around friends because I don't want people to experience that side of my personality. It's not something I'm proud of. I don't like inflicting it on people, but it's the way that my body is at the moment from all the pain and exhaustion, and I just kind of have to deal with it. So in 2009 is when I was diagnosed with a brain disease, and it's just kind of been downhill from there. I've had 10 shunt surgeries and 3 shunt infections. Now I'm starting to worry that I might have a 4th because of the symptoms I'm experiencing. It's really frustrating. So I don't really get out much. I can't even really go to the store and function on that level. So I spend most of my time at home and hoping that friends can come to me since I don't have a driver's license and I don't live near anyone. That's another thing. They took away my driver's license because of the symptoms I experienced. They're afraid that I'd be dangerous behind the wheel. And it's really annoying because I only drive on good days, and I know plenty of people who drive in much worse condition than me all the time and they still have their freaking licenses, but I don't. Anyways, so I mainly watch a few TV shows, mostly Disney Channel, because I find I have a lot of difficulties relating to other people in a lot of the shows, between the fact that I'm asexual and the fact that I don't have any work or adult interactions. I just relate a lot more to the children's shows than I do to anything that has more serious adult life. I don't know if that makes entirely sense, but yeah. I also like Bones. Betty and Barbara started me on that, although I don't really like the current seasons that much. Doctor Who, another one. Love Doctor Who. Don't like the current Doctor. I haven't seen like the last 3 episodes because our cable was out, so I'm really frustrated on that. Survivor, oh my gosh, I definitely love Survivor. I've seen pretty much every season, and that's pretty freaking awesome. My favorite TV show of all time is probably Dollhouse, even though it only had 2 seasons. Okay, what's the other things I do? Oh, one of my biggest distractions from the pain is video games. As you saw in my New Year's video, I've been playing Disney Infinity with Mom, and I just got her started on Lego Harry Potter, so I'm really excited about that. She's actually better at that than Disney Infinity, and so we've been enjoying that a lot, even though we only played it for a few hours. And then I play mostly like RPG games. If you hear a weird loud fan in the background, that's because my Xbox is currently paused on Lego Harry Potter right now. Oops. I've really been enjoying playing the video games with Mom. She's been up here for the holidays and birthdays and stuff a lot, playing with me. And it's just been great because it's one of the easiest ways for me to interact one-on-one with people is when I have something like a video game, because it helps distract me from my pain. I don't have to try and think about real life conversations, and I don't get into those tactless, emotion-filled arguments and stuff so much when I'm playing video games. just a lot easier for me to interact with people that way. And it's been great getting to know her again, because she diagnosed herself bipolar like a year or two ago, and she's been on medications, and she's back to the mommy that I knew growing up, which I'd missed her so much. She was always like my best friend growing up, and it kind of got alienated during my teenage years and early adulthood. And I was really sad because we had always been so close, and now we're getting that type of relationship again. So I'm really happy about that. She doesn't know when her settlement is coming. It could be next week. It could be a year from now. We're just waiting for the final freaking paperwork to come. But we are going to get a home together, and hopefully we're going to try and move as close to Sacramento as we can. Both because we need to be closer to the doctors. This is ridiculous having to put aside all the money it takes in gas to go there every time I go there. And the difficulties when I have shunt infections and stuff, having to beg for Betty and Barbara to put me up, or someone to put up my grandma, and it's logistically a nightmare. And we're tired of that. But the other really big reason for moving near Sacramento is because these last couple surgeries and stuff, staying with Betty and Barbara, have really reminded me how much I need them in my life, how much I need you in my life. When I'm around you, I feel shitty still. I'm still tired and miserable and in pain, but there's this happiness I feel when I'm with you that I don't feel at home. My loneliness and the depression has just been suffocating lately, and when I'm with you guys, I feel whole again, and I need that in my life again. Even if I'm able to move close enough, maybe we could do a game night once a month or something. But I need that interaction again, because I'm definitely suffering without it. Anyways, I've been babbling on and on. I am so excited to be doing this channel with you girls. I hope that kind of gives you an idea of how my life has changed since you last knew me. I can't wait to introduce you to Spunky and Coco next week when we do pets, because anybody who knows me knows that Spunky is basically my world. He's my son. He's my closest friend, unless you count doctors, as far as who I see most often and interact with most often. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Anyways, love you girls, and I'll see you next week. And Kyla, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.